Alright, so those of you on YouTube, you guys are gonna see, this is gonna be Trader Legacy for this one. If you want to see what happened on this one, just look at the day 99 run. But our best bet, right now, again, for the sake of everybody's time, is that we just need to get these done. We've lost 3 people, I think, doing this. 2, 3 people doing this. It's been brutal. It's been brutal. But we are on the last mission. So I feel like this can speed us along. And then what we can do is start the Warlord today.
I hate to bother you, but things have gotten really bad for us.
Yo. Hey.
Over?
Watch out. We've also already got people stocked up. I need to remember who it was, though. Here we go. Something. Else. What the hell is up, Something? Thank you for being here, sir. You're the best. Oh, we don't even have a freaking trader anymore. That's how bad this has gone. We don't even have a trader anymore. And she got demoted, so she had a great... I should play as her. Try to get her hero bonus back up. So this was previously the day 99 run. And I went ahead and put this up to... man, this game sounds really loud right now. Everything's where it should be. God, it still sounds super loud, though. Why is that? Anyway, I brought him into Nightmare, and then what I did, and it was on our, the YouTube, what we did, but well, this is kind of loud, that's probably part of it. This was part of our day 99 run, sorry. I was just trying to get the audio right. It was on my computer's end, I think. Thanks for being here, Something. Something's funny, charming, that we just fill in a mixer. So we brought it into Nightmare, and I cleared all the plague hearts, and obviously this community is... They were super rich. I've slowly but surely made them less and less rich, but they're still really rich.
I'm asking for this war
And lasted a really long time.
We may disagree with Red Tower and
Now...
approach, but we are united in our
Oops.
goal.
Something that we were
Humanity
doing...
must go on.
Again...
That takes all of us. Working together.
Hey people, Zeds are gathering,
Whoop.
so it's time to head home and fight them off.
This is fine, because she needs to get her citizen bonus. So... We have a lot of stuff. Everything goes because it's Nightmare, so I'm probably gonna have to call in another pyro launcher. I mean, we have this group.
People, we're under attack here.
This group even has a
Let's burn these motherfuckers down.
a Clio core. Wow. Yeah, it's nice to actually see a stocked community. They've become such a rarity. The thing is, I don't need to kill plague hearts, so this is kind of like not all that big of a she. Oh, nice. Close combat. Nice. These are all great survivors that were built up over the course of, about halfway through the day 99 run. Of course, what we're going to eventually do is the day 99 run Redux, in which we do it in Nightmare mode. This would actually probably be a really good group to do the assault rifle thing.
Oh no, we're not having that smell in here.
I wonder if I have the Clio battle rifle. I might. We probably have the mats. You know, the shitty thing about... This should not be a thing. 100% this should not be a thing. The Great Will So... Thanks for being here. In that... It costs prestige to craft Clio ammo. So again, it's... The problem with all Clio systems is doing anything in the game that is fun with Clio... Wow, that was fucking cool. With Clio stuff requires grinding even more Daybreak. And players like myself are just done with Daybreak. I hate measuring fun in terms of, well, I have to give the game 5 hours of no fun in order to have a little bit of fun. So that shit should cost nothing. That's how that should work. It shouldn't cost nothing. It should cost parts and it should cost material. Certainly. But it 100% shouldn't cost prestige. I'm just kind of fixing audio up stuff. Sorry, folks. It's coming along. The game is... I think I'm gonna have to tune down some things. That's fine. That seems like... I'll try that for now. Everything just seems loud. Anyway, I was hoping we had the Clio assault rifle because this group we also played when Daybreak first came out, so we were pretty dumb about how we spent prestige. Somehow we gained a little bit of prestige overnight. We gained 300. I don't know how the hell that is. We're at 2,700. If there's a glitch to gain you prestige, dude, I'm gonna do it. No shame here. What is our bounties right now? Oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong button. Plague zombies kill with fire. 1 to 3 screamers kill with fire.
Let's make some more storage space
Pistol.
before we start losing stuff.
Pistol. Let's grab a pistol. Let's grab some Molotovs. Tazzy Devil. That one we unlocked last night is by far the best. At least a revolver. Tons of G7s. Fucking send. Maybe it's because there's like 50 guns up there all firing and they're all like Clio guns and stuff. Another thing we need to figure out is who is this considered pistol or submachine gun? Considered an assault weapon. We need to figure out God dang it, I keep losing my train of thought. Oh, who needs to come with us? And Molotovs. It's like the fucking sound of a machine gun shooting 24/7 can be slightly distracting. It's not a machine gun, but a sniper. You know what I mean. You got beef, but there's worms in your Wellington. Well, still worth. This is the times of love and Rona. Fix it. Yeah, this team's the shit. They're well set up. You know, they got the super base going on. I'm not even using this third slot for whatever reason. But we sadly lost our 2-3 traders at least. The trade depot, which I love. I think it's the best thing in the game. We got a field hospital. Got a kitchen. Probably have a cook. Ah, we did have a cook. He did. He did. He's one of the ones lost to the final trader mission.
Hello, anybody?
I've got to find another person. But since we're down to how many people?
Be careful, hun.
Since we're down to
I don't want anyone
6,
getting hurt out there.
it shouldn't be terrible. This is such a weird bug. Seriously, there's a bug, Undead. I know that there's a bunch of people on Twitter like, you did a great job, it's fucking amazing, you're amazing, you're amazing, we love you, please put us on your stream, we love you, please notice us, notice me. Okay, I'm not that person, there's bugs. Cool patch, keep supporting the game keeps getting better and better, that's great, but there's bugs in this patch, okay? Yesterday we actually saw the game code running live. This State of Decay 2 it is. Yo, Raphael, we'll see you, please shout out Omegaffrey, please. Raphael, thanks a lot for being here. Twitch.tv/Omegaffrey. Okay, fire for screamers.
Fire in the hole!
What we need to do is recruit. We need to bring somebody up who's going to be our next hero. It's got to be a mod. Thank you, Wilso. Please check out Raphael. He's a really good dude. He's a hard worker, young, talented guy. He loves survival games, Rust, Minecraft, Ark. These are all his games. Streams them well. 4 of them. So this is pretty much what's happened on the Day 99 run, okay? This has been the Day 99 run in a nutshell. So imagine when we do a true Day 99 run in Nightmare, what it's going to be like. But yeah, legit, because the game does get harder as days go by. It's just not everything, and there's like a cap to it, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's Roblox. Oof. Oof is right. This is why I've lost 3 people in here. So as much as I'm trying to speed things along, we're probably better off. Oh my god, I don't want to lose Helen. Helen's actually one of my top killers. Dude, this is fucking nuts. She'll probably fucking die.
I'm hurt real bad!
She's dead. Oh my fucking god. This is what's been happening on this playthrough, is the people who were our... it's Flora, I guess. Oh my god. The people who were our Day 99 people are all just getting ripped to pieces. I think Grace was one of the people I wanted to keep. So she's probably stocked up. I can... No, she's not stocked. Okay, she has one thing. Why did I only give her one thing if she's going to be one of the people I keep? I'm not bringing her out. I'm still going to try to make it through with this group. You're getting shredded. Yeah, I know. I suck. You guys are better. I get it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I'm struggling, but I'm going to beat it. I can't. I think it's because I can't take out building materials yet.
I can't keep this up.
I have the solution.
Because technically we're struggling to make it through, even though we were right there about to make it through. I think Judy was another one that I wanted to. Yeah, Judy. Judy's got the Clio core, so I'm not going to take Judy out. Judy had. She's our auto mechanic. That Heliatosis, she's not actually the best. The 3+ morale, I guess, is why I wanted her so much. I think she was just an auto mechanic to keep around. She's got a Clio core. Ulysses is like the ultimate laborer. He's kind of unique. This isn't even a siege. Yep, it's true. Every place you're definitely worse, Chief. I'll go towards day 198, no problem. I got you. I got you. No, I'm sure you probably could. I'm sure I'm doing like 100 things wrong. Honestly. This isn't even a siege. True. It's got to get good. Please do check out Raphael, though. Ignore me. Twitch.tv/Omega Rafi. He's really good at survival games. He has a lot of fun. He likes to laugh. He likes to joke. He's full of joy. He is not your current combat intrepid streamer journeying through the digital exodus with pure misery. Okay, and then of course Ingrid. So from the look of it, Grace was kind of... Alright, so Ulysses is our last throwaway character.
It's always the best of us who go.
Alright, let me write that down. Ingrid, Grace, especially Judy. Judy has the Clio core. So she is representative of 5 hours of fucking daybreak that I don't want to run. Alright, Ulysses, you were always a beast. You were always a host. You're the ultimate laborer. Please make things happen. Heavy lifting, ROTC, utilities, a baseball fan. This guy provides like 10 labor. He's one man. He's got 1 labor on the bonus. This gives like labor somehow. One of these gives labor. This guy is seriously like 5 labor. He's really an excellent person if you want to quickly build a base. But the problem is once you've settled a base down, then those people really lose their value.
Don't worry, my friend. I've got your back.
Oh my god, how did she die right there? They've already shot her in the head. They didn't let her turn. They gave her that respect. Ah! Shoot the zombies killing the lady! Florida didn't have to die. There went our herbalist. This was also a completely self-sustaining community. Great, it was a different time, and I'll tell you what. Walking into like day 50, Nightmare Run with a community that's set up. Brutal. Still brutal. Just deep into it, the shit is crazy. I'd probably lose all my stuff in the regular campaign. That's on you, Chief. What's on me, Chief? Also.
I'm gonna need a supply drop.
Lose all my stuff in the regular campaign. No, you want it. You're really good at survival games. You do fine. You do really good. I wonder if you'd like this game. Do you like the zombie genre much, Raphael? As I said, everything goes. I'm willing to stream kind of late tonight, but I do have to get up fairly early and get all groceries and shit and start adulting tomorrow, so... As much as I want to hit our goals tonight, we are on the clock.
Can't do it.
What does he got? Bladed weapon expert? Apparently not. Oh, he's got endurance. I prefer the Danford Slugger then, just for the knockdown on regular zombies. We don't need parts. Our base is taking a major hit on our production of stuff. -3 material per day is really bad. We were making like 10 meds a day or with our herbalist flora. Frustrating. Do we still have a doctor? Someone's coming up on me. Grace is electronics. Jody's an auto mechanic. Ingrid? Missions. That's right. And music. Shit, we don't have a doctor again. Music was for morale and influence. Ingrid, munitions, so we can make C4. We had the whole thing going on with this Day 99 group. It's all on YouTube. You can check it out. But we had basically the A team. We could make all the cool stuff and get all the cool bonuses. And I'm pretty sure that also the 2 people I lost, one of them I had completely decked out with stuff.
I think I got something here.
I figured I'll win this no problem. I'll just do it off stream. And, it kind of worked out because we're going to turn this into a part of the Legacies run. At the same time, what happened was they were stocked up on like 3 network signal boosters so we could give away. Because the Day 99 run's kind of like the Bon Voyage, you know, it's going to be the finale of all my State of Decay content. So we figured we'll mess around in multiplayer and give stuff away and be really generous and just have fun with it. So I stocked that guy up with stuff. And there's no zombie, there's no body, there's no nothing.
Well,
that happened twice, actually.
I can't carry that. I can't do that.
I don't know how many parts we need. I mean, this team's really rich. And what's funny is, again, if you get on the YouTube and you see what I called it like the epilogue to the past Day 99 run that we attempted, which again, it's kind of stupid. We got halfway through. I probably should have just finished it. But anyway, I was just constantly crafting C4. That's how rich this group is, and C4 is not cheap. Alright, zombies with pistols is still the goal. Where's the mission? I now have to recruit a person, so... This truck have... No. This fucking glitch is annoying. Quit shooting at me. They're making tons of noise, too, is the problem. This is a really stupid bug. 100%. This is a fucking annoying, stupid bug. Why are they doing it? He's gonna keep shooting me. Thank God they don't take up ammo. Wait, did I hear 24-hour stream? Yeah. 25-hour stream. The 3 Caffrey's name. Omega Ruffy 3. So what you're doing is just like survival kind of stuff and not campaign. This is the campaign, Raphael. Or do you get some kind of objective other than survive? So the way... State of Decay 2 is an open world game that really is about... like other open world games, choosing how you go about it, Bethesda style, but you got to think that they got a quarter of the people employed that Bethesda has, and they make these games on the Unreal Engine, which apparently aren't ideal for open world games. Like Rockstar and Bethesda both have their own proprietary engine to make open world games. So
the only solution is to find more food. I owe you one.
So you got to think about those games, but then think about more like AA production. So my tagline for one sentence like elevator pitch for State of Decay 2 is it's like baseball management simulator but with zombies. It tries to be a zombie simulator, except you actually get to play the characters and level them up, and you need to form a community of survivors, and those survivors have to stay fed, they have to stay healthy, they need a place to be protected against the undead. And so what the game tasks you with is choosing who you're gonna, form your community around, which is random. Like this guy was a baseball fan, he was an ROTC, he does heavy lifting, he learned utilities. So he's a super laborer, like we mentioned. And that all, so he's somebody you'd probably want in your group, right? But you maybe don't want the person who has one lung and a gimp leg and, is an alcoholic. That's probably not somebody you want in the group. Of course, in Nightmare, that is the case times 100. Make a lot of systems that didn't matter in the vanilla game, like noise and the blood plague, matter. They've all been amped up, and that's why I love Nightmare, as frustrating as it is. I love it because it actually feels like the zombie apocalypse now. I don't really like the NPCs as much, but yeah. I love the challenge of it.
Feral, stay alert.
This feral is causing major issues. So even in a rich community at this many days, I mean, ferals are fucking amped too.
No more ammo here.
Shit. Like running out of ammo in the middle of this is essential state of decay. It's not a Dead Rising romp. It's a... This is the zombie apocalypse. And you probably ain't gonna make it, bub, unless you're strategic and smart and choose your fights wisely and don't make a lot of noise. Figure out how you're gonna sustain yourself. Now, it didn't used to be this way. Back in vanilla State of Decay, it really was more of a romp. It was easy. But I love Nightmare. To me, it saved this game. There's still some stuff I would like to see from the first State of Decay make it into the game, like specializations, and I like the arcadey feel of Breakdown. As far as like the deeper you got into the game, the more characters you unlocked and skins and stuff. But overall, big fan. Big fan these days. I think it's really surpassed its predecessor by far. I can't get rid of this fucking feral. Just gonna, I want to recruit this guy because we need to, oh my god, this is Nightmare, and to me this is actually a lot of fun. It's stupid as hell, but it's how I think it should be. It's the fucking zombie apocalypse, and it's 7 months after the first one. It should be hard as fuck. It's the undead, it's the apocalypse. So every time you get bit, you get hurt. Oh shit. See how stocked on meds I had to be just to get in this shit?
Yeah, I don't think so.
GG and a 40-player queue on Rust GG. What is that? Is that like a server you play on? I don't understand how the US military fell. They get into that a little bit. Basically, part of it was that they split.
Until we improve our storage,
Another part of it is there's freaks in this game, which you investigate in the first one, but I think that some of the lore doesn't really count from the first one or something. There's this guy named Sasquatch. He's a big part of the story. In the first one, there was a really good DLC called Lifeline, which was much better than Daybreak, by the way, but that's a whole other story. And oh, we gotta talk to this guy. Hopefully he'll join us. And Lifeline tasked you with being the last military team in Pittsburgh. Because George A. Romero, I assume.
Are you up for some trading?
Yeah, why not?
That's where he was from. That's where he shot the first 2 movies, 3 movies actually. Anyway,
Really need that, huh?
and
Sure,
one of the missions you do is you have to collect samples from all the different freaks and then send them off to a lab that's still like up and running. But basically, it seems like the military split between, like, Red Talon people and regular military. And of course, it's also the whole World War Z thing. Where, like, the battle... If you've ever read World War Z, you probably have. But the Battle of Yonkers, where the military fails to hold off the undead from New York. And it's... One, it's a metaphor. Where, you prepare for the last war just in time to be outdated for the next war. Because warfare is always changing. So, you get into a traditional, like, European theater type war, and it's all about boots on the ground and armor and air support, and then you get into a non-traditional war like Vietnam or Afghanistan, and suddenly having large amassed militaries doesn't make near as much sense. You need small tactical forces, yada, yada, yada. So, like, the Battle of Yonkers is totally a military metaphor for, you have this massive military that's capable of, sure, killing the hell out of some Nazis in the Japanese Empire, but maybe they're not so good against an enemy that is mindless, just keeps slowly but surely, indefatigably walking towards its prey, and can only be killed by a headshot. So, like, in the Battle of Yonkers, they ravage the zombies with missiles and lasers even. And lots of, everybody's strapped in these big heavy gas masks, and they got a lot of heavy equipment, and so everyone's bogged down and formed a trench line. and they do that initial like shock and awe, and then the zombies come out of the mist. You know, they're missing limbs and their organs are falling out, and they're missing legs, but they keep cutting because they're the undead. You know, gotta sever the brain stem or destroy the brain, and so they're still going. So we lose the Battle of Yonkers in the book, and of course then they have to change their strategy, and they have that badass scene towards the end of the book when they play Iron Maiden's the trooper to call in the zombies, and that's the U.S. military slowly coming back. Like, all the different countries have their own stories. They should have just stuck to the book for that movie. Anyway, that's what I imagine happened, you know, very similar to World War Z. But not only that, we're not talking World War Z and slow zombies. This game has something called the Blood Plague, which are basically 28 days later zombies, which used to be nothing, but now they're a lot more like 28 days later.
What do we have here?
In the sense that you get bit a couple times, you're sick, and you got 10 minutes to cure it, and that tends to be expensive. So, yeah, that's, I guess that wraps up your question. That would be my assumption, is the missiles don't work against something that needs shot in the head. Yo, Von Hilger! Von Hilger's a really talented guy. He's really smart, charming, great family, and his dad programmed the Juno probe. Please make sure you check him out. Yo, Von Hilger! Von Hilger! Thanks a lot for being here. Please check him out. Really smart guy. Also the bit boss. Got enough madness already. Plenty of fools in the current state of affairs, and throw in Zambinos, and I see how the military fell. Right, that's pretty much it. I think that one of the big stories about in State of Decay is that there was a split, and that's like Red Talon is like the mercenary group, and then you have the more the traditional military kind of fell, or they abandoned their post. Like, one of the underlying subplots that they don't dig much into, but it's a thing in this game. This, yeah, again, this is a AA game. It was an indie basically from the first one, but you know, Microsoft owns them, and they've clearly had a budget and have a bigger team. But that happened post State of Decay 2 launch, so it's not like, again, a Bethesda game, but there is this underlying story of that people resent the military, and that sometimes is like Red Talon becomes the target of that ire. They think that the military abandoned people, and that was the biggest reason they fell. And then you learn like a bunch of the Red Talon were the ones who actually held out. They're what's left of the military that held out. But then you have the anti-Red Talon group, which is the Network, which is a bunch. It's like a liberal Red Dawn. You know, they're like all about being road warriors and trying to help out the meek and work together to build a big community again. And one of the cool things they do is very similar to Fallout 3. They play out that drama on the radio. Like, the Red Talon might supposedly have slave labor going on, and they try to do some big, massive military venture called, like, Operation Drawbridge, where they try to build a fort on an island somewhere, thinking that, you know, the zombies can't get to it. They get overrun.
No deadheads left around here.
But one of the big developments in this game is you have the Blood Plague that wasn't in the first one, and the Blood Plague is growing, and you can hear the Blood Plague is infecting these freaks, and you still don't know the total origin of these freaks. But what it seems like, which I actually think is really good for a video game zombie game. I wouldn't like it in a movie, but I think it's a good way to tell to keep the immersion in a zombie video game, which is that the Blood Plague zombies are probably not people. It's probably they're probably being grown out of these hearts. Because one of the radio broadcasts as you get deeper into the game, if you do choose not to do your legacy, is that they say, like, the samples are saying it might not be a disease at all, that it's just appearing. So, like, people get infected and become zombies, but this other type is being grown out of these hearts. Which, why that makes sense for a video game is, of course, you end up players kill billions of zombies. So, like, yeah, we probably would have won by now. There's only 8 billion humans. I'd imagine that
this one out.
There's probably been 14 billion zombies killed in the first 2 weeks of this game coming out. But it makes more sense if, well, there's these deeply infected hot zones, if there's no humans left and these hearts, whatever they are growing, sort of like, somewhat like Under the Skin, but more like Extinction or Annihilation if you read the book, though they're not very similar. In that alien creature in that movie mimics a human shape. It's trying to, it's creating life. You know, life is rapidly evolving inside the glimmer. And the, at the end, the creature, whatever biological abiogenesis entity was on the meteor is mimicking life and then changing it as it rapidly goes through its own evolution, and by the end, you know, it comes up with a mimic for humans. I guess you could come up with anything, but it kind of works, you know, it kind of works. You sort of, you know, it's there's questions and you want answers, and that's the basis of all good storytelling. I mean, with the in real life mindsets of how politicians tend to be, yeah, I agree with you. I feel like that would be the case. Because if they destroy, if they destroy the body so it can move, obliterate the brain, I don't think it'll be the most effective. I'm surprised the land wasn't nuked. They talk about some land being nuked in this game. Another thing, though, is they say that, like, there's whole areas of the United States that actually aren't, like, infected or something. And there was, if you really care about the lore, there's, like, some images you can see that have been caught in screen caps that show that, sort of like the Hell Priests in Doom, there's only certain areas that are actually apparently infected.
Hey, some of our shit.
But actually, no, and there is a nuke storyline. That's one of the coolest thing about Lifeline, the Lifeline DLC, is you actually get to choose. That's one of the endings, is you can choose to nuke Pittsburgh. Again, that's why Lifeline was so much better than Daybreak, is, like, it was all the cool things about State of Decay in one experience. Instead of just, like, strictly combat and grinding, it was a full story, it had multiple endings, it had base building, it had recruitment. Good news concerning Doom Eternal. They're reversing the Doom root reading malware update. That's really good. That's really good. I think I saw a snippet of that on my newsfeed this morning. That's glad to hear it. So your Doom run is alive and well then, eh? Oh my Godfrey. I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure any of the big nations fell, they'd screw it and nuke everything. I'm pretty sure that's the protocol for us. Like, what personnel is allowed will go to some classified place and the US will be nuked in case of zombies. I mean, CDC actually has a contingency plan for zombies. Of course, it was just to bring people to the CDC website. But no, the plan is not to nuke. Nukes wouldn't work, man. Again, you gotta, I mean, yeah, you're gonna burn some of them. That's great. You'll kill everything in the epicenter. Like, nukes aren't even a good weapon. That's the thing about nukes. If you really want to, like, hold ground again, all nuking does is make the ground unholdable for anybody. It can cause an unholy amount of destruction, of course, but as far as zombies are concerned, alright, so you kill everything that was in the 50-mile radius, 100-mile radius, but radiation doesn't matter to a zombie. They're dead. They're fucking dead. Grabbing pistols because that's our bounty. It will be once that is fully reversed. I feel like nuking zombies is a great way to make, bad things happen. Yeah, that sounds exactly right to me, Raphael. Sorry, Von Hilger. Mutant zombies. On second thought, let's nuke some zombies. The chance of zombie apocalypse is a low, but never zero. It's zero. It's zero, Raphael. The science don't work on that. Dead is dead. Dead cannot animate. It is an impossibility, something, the living dead. If it is animated, yeah, it ain't a thing. It breaks the laws of physics as well. You'd be able to build perpetual motions machines with something like the dead. You know, life is energy. Once there's no energy to animate cells, the cells don't work anymore. They don't replicate. They don't provide the processes that keep you alive. There's no getting around that. That's why the Resident Evil is actually pretty good about having the parasites. Like, that's the only way, is if you could imagine some parasite inside the body that uses it like a marionette doll. But the idea of small electrical impulses, you know, going in the brain for a little while, yeah, it's true enough, but that doesn't actually last that long. And certainly you're not going to run a body on it. The Last of Us, you mean? I mean, Resident Evil 4 and 5, when there's a parasite inside the heads, that's how they turn them into zombies. I haven't played The Last of Us. Really don't need to loot, but Oh yeah, these guys need food. Maybe there'll be a food bag in here.
Next time, I'll just set off some fireworks.
Oops. Oh, we only have 14 minutes. It's actually a timer now. Resident Evil was a virus, a T virus. I'm talking about the video games. Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5. I don't know about 6.
Stripped clean. Can't do it.
Somebody be turned. I don't think ants are actually dead, though. Are they just mentally recovered? On second thought, I don't think ants are actually dead, though. Are they just mentally removed? I mean, they're bugs. They run off basically instinct anyways. I'm pretty sure ants don't have conscious thought. So that's all pretty gray. Pretty sure an ant doesn't say, I think, therefore I am.
I could use the help of a friendly listener right about now.
Okay, good. That's usually a recruitment opportunity,
Okay, Chief. I'm on the case.
though not guaranteed. Yeah, the ant's not technically dead, though. I mean, it's still serving out its basic functions, but I would assume that is also another indicator it's running off instinct in that case. If you can have your brain ate out by a parasite and yet you're still doing all the things an ant does, I'd say that pretty much means you're an automaton. Hey there, Miss Funny.
Good to hear. After you. Oh, hey.
I'm here, man. We'll do either with zombies. For the ant, it's some kind of fungus that infects in the ant would lead to cannibalism. Right, but I'm saying, like, Omegafri's saying that the ant isn't technically dead, it's just removed. Like, yeah, it's totally not dead. It can't be dead. If it was dead, it wouldn't move. So its cells are still alive. It's still doing ant things, so totally those cells are automated. A lot of human processes are automated too, to be fair. A lot. Imagine if you had to think every time you had to breathe or every time your heart beat. I would need to chat with Bug Friend when it comes to that. She knows things like that far better than I. The body still lives with the fungus controls it, basically running off instinct, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, we don't consider insects like higher animals, though, like horses and dogs and cats and stuff, that we figure have at least some level of consciousness. Squids, or I mean octopus, not squids. Definitely octopus at this point are considered a higher animal, so-called noble animals.
Yes?
Whales, dolphins, elephants. Primates. Quite a few that definitely have some level of intelligence. Like, they're not just pure automatons, but an ant, even a bee, you know, it's all... Like, hence why they get tricked so easy. Like, bees are probably dying because of
Oh, great. We left
pesticides, because the pesticides are generating a smell that's similar to the smell that their hive makes, totally by accident, but it's, like, the leading theory. So they're going way off course, thinking that they're heading to their hive. And then, of course, they're running out of energy and they're just dying.
I was hoping for more.
Body still for the ant, it's some kind of fungus, and it'll die so the fungus can grow out of it and affect more. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Mother Nature's metal.
No room for that. This must be what we're looking for.
Dude,
Fantastic.
that Z was dead. Why'd you do that? Bombs on zombs.
Thank you.
You want to join us?
Please, accept this gift.
Why won't you join us? I need a traitor. I don't want to make this the Warlord playthrough. I want a traitor.
Folks here are pretty alright. Thanks, I appreciate it.
This might end up going in the complete reverse order that I intended things to go, and this might become the fucking Warlord playthrough.
Somebody
Just to
already had
move
this
things
place.
along.
Better move on.
I still don't want to do it because I like the Trader Depot and I want to do this playthrough. Are you going to join us? Oh, good. You're an engineer? It's not really what we need. We need a doctor, but I don't
Great.
care.
I'll go wherever you need me.
Can we see your hero
You wanna
bonus?
follow me back to
I
our
want you to
base?
stay right here. You're a warlord. And it looks like you're terrible. Oh no, high lung capacity. Trust no one. You know what? It's probably worth just trying to recruit a Red Talon person.
Oh, hey.
It'll take some work to level them up, but if we get a doctor or hacking and they happen to be trader, it'd make them. It's probably going to be one of the only ways we start to get people too. His high lung capacity means I'd like to level him up.
We're looking to make a new hire over here.
Isn't that
Got
one-
Any agents interested in that kind of deal?
Oh my god, work map. Why are you so difficult? 7 minutes.
We have a nearby agent who will respond shortly to your request.
Food. Shit. What is here? Supply drop? There are carpenter ants in tropical locations infiltrated and controlled by Ophiocordyceps unilateralis sensulatu, sometimes called zombie ant fungus. This fungal body snatcher forces ants to forest understory and compels them to climb vegetation and climb to the underside of leisure trees where the ants die. Right on. Thanks for posting that, Raphael. That's what Vaughn and I are talking about too, though. We're talking about the same thing, and like the ants technically not being zombies, just like hacked. Kills them so the fungus can reproduce. Yeah, but it doesn't kill them until they get to that tree, and then they wither and die by not moving. Like they've got to be alive to be able to walk over to the tree. They're just sick. Like that's why another reason 28 days later could happen, technically. I mean, it won't. It can't. But it has a tinge of realism to it in the sense that the people starve to death. That's how UK becomes saved of the rage virus, is that the people, they've just fucking go nuts, but they don't know how to eat anymore, and they can't eat, so they all just starve to death. Yeah, the body's got to be undergoing some ATP, right? That's the cell energy generating function, ATP. Inside the mitochondria. If the cell doesn't produce energy, you dead. And you're not moving, because you got to generate energy to generate movement. Otherwise, you're breaking the laws of physics. As we understand them. And biology, of course. But shit,
I don't know who that guy
it's still
is.
creepy, right? I
don't
mean,
trust him.
again, Mother Nature's metal.
Hello.
Hello. Please be a hacker. Please be a trader.
Here I am, as requested.
Foraging. Foraging is the one that's not actually bad, because you get like 2 medicine and 2 food every day. But it's not what we want.
We're looking to make a new hire.
I'm
over
willing to
here.
level up
Got
another
any
Red
agents
Talon
interested
person
in
for
that
the
kind
sake of doing
deal?
this.
Absolutely. We have a
Closest to
nearby
zombie
agent who
infection I
will
think we
respond
actually get is the
shortly to your
fungal one,
request.
yes. But those are not technically dead bodies the fungal controls. Zombies don't have to be dead is the thing here, though. Yeah, but then you get into, like, the real zombies, the voodoo zombie. There was that British biologist who went to, like, interview voodoo doctors and figure out their medicine and found that, like, they did actually... The whole voodoo zombie is a reality. It was a real thing. And it just puts you in a trance, and you're somewhat...
As promised.
You can kind of be ordered around, not very much, though. Gut packing.
Here I am, as promised.
But basically, you just go into a trance, and then when you wake up, you can't remember what the fuck happens. And that's like some of the first zombie movies that were made, like, before Night of the Living Dead. It was called, like, White Zombie or something, I don't know. I mean, probably some undertones of racism were in it, you know, whole voodoo thing, but at the same time, actually a real thing. I'm not gonna settle unless we get hacking. Maybe a surgeon. Maybe. Oh, fuck. Voodoo gets into a lot of fun stuff. Is that your religion, Vaughn? I think The Last of Us would be the most realistic one. To be real with you, Raphael, I don't think any of them are realistic. I had to write an essay for my junior English class in college. It was like 308 English. You had to take it. It was stupid because I was getting an English degree at the same time. But anyway, and I wrote about that whole zombie fungus thing that you're mentioning, and like, you know, the real zombie apocalypse and yada yada yada. And I used to kind of be like, hey man, maybe. I guess there's some level of truth to it.
To our little slice of paradise.
But then you really start to think about it,
A few years from now, I could see us maybe even having.
and
Seriously.
that ain't possible, homie. Without an input, there's no output. Death is cessation. The cells is dead. Without cells, you're not getting animation. Well, of course it's not realistic. There's a higher chance that the Covenant exists than the zombies ever would. Yes, you're exactly right, Raphael. Oh, voodoo. Oh, gods, no. I'm very anti-religious. I just try to hide it. Hide. What's up, everyone? Yo, young son. How's the stream going? It's going good. We just got going. We're ranting and raving about zombies. Aren't the flood parasitic? Yeah, totally. Flood are parasitic, and then they're interesting because once you become a part of the flood, you join the grave minds. You get to join the Legion, and that's why they're so powerful. They can communicate across the stars and the void and act as one. And then, of course, they spread like crazy because anything and all things biological can become one of the flood. A really, really cool, you know, concept, but also stolen from Larry Niven's Ringworld. Yo, young son! Thank you for being here, Adam. Adam's great. Adam loves Borderlands. He loves Paladins. He was a big Battleborn guy. He's currently on hiatus, but when he comes back, he's going to be bigger, stronger than ever. He's waiting like the rest of us for Borderlands to be great again.
No dead heads left around here.
Yeah, it's a parasite. Yeah, parasite with intelligence, though. It's not like a tapeworm where it's just laying in your intestine getting fat as hell.
That's a keeper.
Speaking of that, parasites are creepy. It sucked to have a parasite, man.
That was damn foolish.
Between a parasite and the idea of something laying eggs in your belly or your brain, especially the brain. God, the stories you hear out of the Amazon were like, you know, she just went for a hike, and then she had a scratch, and then she was kind of going blind, and they take a CAT scan, and her head's like full of eggs. That shit is. Ringworld sounds familiar, kind of like Halo. Yeah, it was a 1970s sci-fi story. It has like 15 books in the series. It's completely where Halo came from, but it's okay because they kind of changed some stuff. Very, very little, but they did, and I think some of the best video game stuff has been from books, honestly. When they turned books into stories in video games, even though it's not as big as like Hollywood doing an adaptation, we totally take the ideas. Those tend to be the best games, in my take, at least from a storytelling perspective. There's a book series I really like
If you won't help us, we're gonna have
called Ancillary Justice. It's a really good series of sci-fi novels. I don't share many opinions at all in common with the writer of said story, but that doesn't matter. She's a talented writer. And,
Yeah, I hear you.
I would love, love, love not to see that in the big screen, but I think it would make a fucking great, great video game. And I think that her world is fit for video games. So Ancillary Justice is about ships having AI. Pretty common, but what's interesting is that the ship, this society called the Rak, or Radashi, it's kind of weird to pronounce, but they're all led by one giant AI. And they go and they conquer worlds, and then they turn the people of the conquered world into something called an ancillary, and they live in the belly of these ships. And then they take these so-called justices, that's the name of the ships, with this basically human level of understanding, and it's really interesting how she creates the whole thing. It's really well thought out, this AI design. Anyway, then what they can do is they take over these ancillaries and use them as troops. I can't open the door.
One more door.
And this AI turns herself into one of her ancillaries because the captain of her ship, whom she fell in love with, basically, is sent on a suicide mission and is killed. And came from, like, you know, a rough background and managed to rise in this, basically. It's an analog for the British Empire. And goes on a mission of revenge. And becomes a human. And she's like, it's just really well written. It flows well, it reads fast, it's got great hooks, it's got good sci-fi concepts in it. And I think it would make a completely badass video game, because it's like Samus-esque. She's sort of a bounty hunter. It's got a lot of emotional pull to it, because you do feel for her and the way that the characters, you know, it's way sci-fi, but you got to keep that humanity in there, because because of that humanity, you get hooked in. Thanks for being here, Adam. Well, it only goes intelligence when you get Gravemind. Otherwise, it just affects people until they get one. Yeah, but they're ordered by Gravemind. They're still doing Gravemind's bidding.